Lacey at our Bowman Library with a whole new teen book spotlight. So this week, we are celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month by taking a look at some of our favorite titles written by some of our favorite Hispanic Latinx authors, okay? So because of this, we have an amazing mixture of books. There's literally, I honestly think, something for everyone. There's some awesome fantasy, there's some new stuff, there's some realistic. So let's celebrate this amazing month by taking a look at these 6 titles. So let's get started. Our first one is Ballad and Dagger. So when Mateo was younger, he lived on the island nation of San Madrigal. But when it was hit by a hurricane, the destruction was so great that the island literally sank into the Caribbean. Fast forward to present day, when he is a high school junior, he's living with his 2 aunts in Brooklyn, so he survived this epic collapse of this island. And while he is attending a community celebration, it is there that he learns of these dark secrets, especially when he witnesses the murder of an individual. Like, he cannot believe what he is honestly seeing. Seeing this, seeing that he's a witness, he is then brought in and told of a tale. He thinks it's a story. There's no way this can be real. Because he learns that he is not just any normal individual. In fact, he is actually the child of the god Galinka, and it's going to be up to him as well as 2 other lost spirits. They need to find each other, they need to work together, because they are going to need to bring the island back. That's going to be easier said than done, because as Mateo is learning all of this, he also finds out that he's in the middle of this ancient battle that's been taking place for a really long time. He doesn't even know that it's going on, and he plays an integral role in what is going to happen next. And he has no idea what that's going to be. So this is the first in a duology. It is not completed yet, but it's filled with fantasy. There's a little bit of mythology. There's some folklore mixed in, tons of action and adventure. If you love the Percy Jackson series, you will love this one. This needs to be your next read. This is Ballad and Dagger. Clap When You Land by Elizabeth Acevedo, who is genius. All of her works are genius. This is her latest. This is all about how Camino lives in the Dominican Republic. She has dreams of going to Columbia University in New York City and seeing her father. She only sees her father for just a couple of months a year. So on the other hand, we have Yaharia, and Yaharia lives in New York City with her parents, and she's this epic chess champion. One day, Yaharia's father is killed in a plane crash on the way to the DR. And on that same day, Camino's father, who is coming down to the island, is killed in that same plane crash. They soon realize, though, that they each have the same father and that he had 2 separate families. So they're half-sisters. They had no idea. Camino and Yaharia's lives now intersect as they realize that they are these half-sisters, and they are family, while trying to come to terms not only with the loss of their father, but this newfound realization and how to deal with this family secret that is now in the open. This novel in verse is told in alternating voices, with each character taking a role, so you get an insight, their feelings, their thoughts on how all of this is taking place. Again, amazing. If you listen to it, both are read by different people, which adds a whole nother element to it. Love anything by her. Also, with the fire on rye, I think, amazing. This is Clap When You Land. Somewhere Between Better and Sweet by Zia Kemp. So Penelope loves working at her father's restaurant. In fact, she has her own dreams of going to school to become a baker. And she wants to add that bakery that she's going to create after she graduates to the family's pride and joy. But that is not her parents' plan for her. Instead, they want her to go to nursing school, which is what she is currently doing. Taking matters into her own hands, though, she starts skipping her classes, and when her parents find out, they issue her the ultimatum, which is they're going to fire her from the restaurant, they're going to kick her out of the house unless she starts going back to school. It is on her last day, because she decides, hey, I'm going to call you out on it. It is on her last day that she meets Xander, who is starting his first day in her parents' restaurant. Now, living with his grandfather and being undocumented, Xander has a law on his mind, and meeting Penelope was not one of them. filled with a candid talk about immigration, mental health, dreaming, familial expectations. It is one that everyone can relate to, even if your life is different. If you enjoy a good contemporary romance, again, this one's also told from 2 points of view. This one is for you. This is somewhere between bitter and sweet. I Am Not Your Perfect Mexican Daughter. It's a fairly new classic. It's been around for a couple years, but it's an instant classic. So this is all about 15-year-old Julia, as she is seen as not being perfect by her Mexican-American family, especially when she is compared to her older sister Olga, who was the perfect Mexican daughter. Julia wants to go to college in New York City. Right now they're living in the Chicago area, and because she wants to become a writer and she wants to live her own life, while her sister is doing what is expected of her. She's going to community college, she's working part-time, she's taking care of the family. But when her sister Olga mysteriously dies, Julia finds herself wishing that she was actually closer with Olga, and she wished she knew more about her. So Julia starts to kind of dig into Olga's life. And as she starts digging and discovering things, she starts to find out that maybe Olga was not as perfect as what her family thought and what she let her family know. This is part mystery, part realistic, part dealing with families. You will find yourself in Julia's shoes the whole way, relating to her thoughts and her feelings about her life and family. This will get at your heart. Okay, you will go through every emotion with her. Amazing. You will not be able to put this one down. This is I Am Not Your Perfect Mexican Daughter. Indivisible, one of our newest ones. This is all about how Mateo is your average teenager growing up in New York City. He has dreams of going to Tisch at NYU to get into filmmaking. And while he wishes he did not have to work every afternoon at his parents' bodega, when he could be hanging out with his friends, he does love his family. Everything changes though one afternoon when his undocumented parents are picked up by immigration enforcement agents. His dad is in jail, his mom is sent to a detention center, and now he is trying to take care of his 7-year-old sister. He's trying to keep his parents' bodega open and going, and he's trying to go to school, and he's trying to keep all of this from anyone knowing, from teachers to his friends. No one can know. With the help of a family friend, he helps get a lawyer to help his parents, but Mateo never knows what is coming next. He doesn't even know if he's going to be able to have enough money for the rent for the month type deal. And when everything starts to fall apart, he decides he's going to need the support and understanding from his friends if he and his sister are going to be able to stay in this country. This realistic look at what so many families are going to on a daily basis, and it also serves as reminders that you never know what someone else is going through. This is indivisible. And our last one for today is The Last Canista. So it is the year 2061, and Haley's comet is barreling to Earth. The only way was for Petra and her family to get on board a spacecraft. That's the only way they were going to be able to survive. So Petra and her family, they get on a spacecraft with a few others, and they make their way to this new planet named Sagan, after Carl Sagan. The journey will take about 380 years, give or take, and they are going to be suspended in sleep for the journey. When Petra wakes up almost 400 years later, she finds that the ship was actually taken over by a group of individuals that are known as the Collective, right when it was taking off. This group has been purging this. So part of the thing is that this group is purging everyone's memories of their Earth memories. And Petra decides it's going to be up to her to make sure the memories of Earth are not forgotten. As they start to get closer to their new planet, Petra needs to figure out a way to escape, while holding on to the rumor that there's already a colony there that can help her. This is filled with mystery, there's science fiction, there's suspense, there's adventure. You will not be able to put this one down. There is planned sequel, okay, so I will tell you the door is left open at the end of this one for a sequel, so there may not be the type of ending that you are looking for, but you have been warned. This is the Newbery Award winner for this year. It's amazing. It is totally unique. Love this story. This is The Last Canista. So these are 6 of the books that we have here that are written by some amazing Hispanic and Latinx authors. Encourage you to come out. Check out one of these, or we have plenty of others. We can totally help find whatever book you were in the mood to read at that moment. So come on down, let us help you out. I hope you tune back next week. We have a whole new teen book spotlight, and I hope you have an amazing week.